I'm able to get inside. Why not? Morning everybody. It is another beautiful day for a ride. I'm trying to get out from the city. It's hot as hell. I'm melting each time I'm stopping on the lights, so a bit of breeze during the ride is quite pleasant. I'm going north from Poznań. I found some interesting place to visit today. It's an old salt mine, and all the infrastructure near it to grind salt. I hope I will be able to get inside. It isn't a tourist attraction. It was closed in 1997. I'm gonna tell you a few more things about it during the way. First thing, I have to get out from the suburbs and have a bit more breeze, because I'm really melting down in motorcycle gear. We've got a holiday today here in Poland, so there isn't too much traffic, but there will be probably more when I'm gonna come back to Poznań, because it was a long weekend and plenty of people is gonna come back to the city in the evening. Oh wow, we've got something special on the road. That's an FSO Syrena, and very old Polish car. I've got about 100 kilometers to today's destination, so let's ride. Yeah, I'm not far away from the destination. This time I'm going to an old salt mine and some buildings that were processing the salt after they brought it up from underground. First it was bought in 1820 and they were digging out gypsum. After 20 or 30 years they made some drillings and they came up with the information that there's under the gypsum cape there is a amount of salt underneath. Then they started to dig the shaft, and they were trying to dig the salt from underneath the gypsum. It was on the depths of 20 to 160 meters underground. The mine was bought by some German company. After the Second World War, it was nationalized, and it was digging out 100,000 tons of salt per year. It was one of the biggest salt mine in Poland. They were exporting the salt to all the neighboring countries, and also to some countries in Africa, like Nigeria. These are the buildings over there. This is the place. It's open. This is the main building of processing the salt. Let's ride around. Oh wow. I'm able to get inside. Why not? Well, there's a bit of glass over here. Whoa, that's a big hole. Okay, let's park the bike and see what's going on over here. I think it's here. Yeah, here we are. Oh. These are the parts of the mill crusher. Big piston over here. Another one over here. Oh, that's quite a big machinery. I'm gonna left it turn over here and see what's underneath. There's a staircase. Okay, careful. There's not too much light. Okay, I'm underneath. Can I go through here? Yeah. That's the tiniest path I ever been through. Oh, someone left an old TV over here. Oh, an antenna. Another path. All the pipes. I think it was a steam engine. Okay. drone did overheat. I don't blame him. I'm overheating too. So I have to watch where I'm going, because it might be an unpleasant surprise to fall into that pit. I think that's the main thing to see here, because that's a quite impressive element of the infrastructure over here. That's one of the motors from the drone. A bit of plaster or sand got into it, and I wasn't able to steer it proper, and it collapsed from 100 meters. It went straight to a cornfield. You can see it over there behind those trees. I have to search for it for at least 20 minutes. Because there was a weak GPS signal, and now I have to rest a bit because I'm knackered. I'm gonna head back to Poznan because I haven't got a spare drone, and I won't be throwing any cameras in the air to get some aerial shots. The salt mine is over there, the buildings. A few more information about the salt mine. It was a big accident over here in 1977. They have to relocate 1,500 people from here, and they have to flood the mine from the nearest lake. They made a long pipeline and did flood the mine when there was this big mining accident over here. A big part of the city, well, a village of Upno, did collapse into a big crater, also with the northern part of the railway station that's behind me. The mine was closed in 1998. Communist Party didn't inform anybody that this accident did happen over here in few years. Let's head back to Poznań. There's the salt mine buildings. Didn't manage to do too many aerial footage because of the falling down the drone. It is a nice day. Temperature is a bit high. It's probably more than 30 degrees Celsius. Farmers are using that weather to get their crops from the fields. And I'm gonna head back to Poznań now. I've made it back to the city. The trip wasn't too long, it was just a bit more than 200 kilometers. I've seen the remainings of the salt mine in Wapno. I had a small accident with a drone and I have a small headache. It's a bit hot in the helmet. So even if you're in a constant movement, it still is hot as hell. Okay people, I'm gonna finish the episode for today. So if you did like it, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment and do subscribe down below. See you next time.